Well, it's good to see you guys again. Did you have a good weekend?
Very busy, yes. It was
Yeah,
good.
same here. So first off, I want to apologize. I know I still owe you the content for the cohort kind of description page, and I'm gonna try to do that tonight, so I get it out of the way. I have also been pretty busy this weekend, so I haven't gotten to it, but I will get it to you.
Well, Marwan and I were wanting to have today be more of a working together session. And so we can even work on that together right now. We can brainstorm some of the important elements that would be in the cohort page. We have some information from, just going through with our research so far and the unmoderated test we did. So we can also work on that together today.
Yeah, I think we can do that, at least on a high level, right? Like, so which elements should be there and what exactly is the text, that's kind of secondary anyway.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So just to kind of jump right in and share the agenda with that too, we would really love to do some crazy 8 sketches with you. And you might have some hesitation with that, but this is an exercise that UX UI designers do with the stakeholders. So anybody can draw. It's not about the drawing aspect, really. It's about getting the ideas out. And so we would really love. What's that?
You wait until you see me trying to draw before you make that statement that anyone can draw.
That's it, but that is a lot of people feel like that, and it's tough for people to jump on board for it. But it's a great thing for you to learn for the future as well, for us to leave you with this gift of this exercise, because you can do this in the future. Your website's going to keep changing. Then I'm sure you're going to start new businesses as well in the future. So you can always have this in your pocket as a way to brainstorm.
No, it's all good. Like, I mean, I did I don't know, probably about 100 app design screens, markups at least in the past. It just takes me a lot longer than someone who is good at sketching or drawing,
And with the Crazy 8, it's a time limit. So just to explain the exercise too, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but you fold a paper into 8 different sections. And we're not going to start this in this moment, but you fold it into 8 different sections, and then there's 8 minutes. And so you have 8 minutes to create 8 different designs. And so it's very rapid, not a lot of thinking. You just basically just get it down without even giving it a second thought, basically.
Pen to paper, yep. Pen to paper, that's it.
Sure.
More about the line weight or quality or anything like that.
Yep. So before we go there with all of the new content and the new brainstorming, I guess let's just catch me up on how the last couple of days have been since we last talked, and what your progress is.
Yeah, well, Marwan has some really great changes that he made based on what you were saying you wanted last week. So Marwan, what do you think? Do you want to dive into those?
Yeah, let's do that real quick. Well, yeah, let's go over that.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Look at that Figma. And yeah, we have a few different options to show you for the high fidelities. We still have, Marwan and I still have a lot to go the next few days, just so you know. We're going to be really getting a lot done the next few days to get those high fidelities by Wednesday. Okay. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
So yeah, I basically went over the stuff that we talked about, kind of things that you chose as I was going through the Crazy 8 for the landing page with you on Thursday. So some of the things you said you liked, try to put together and just to see kind of how you feel about it when you are looking at it. But for the landing page, the hero aspect. So we talked about putting the video on the right, and then that would be where the split screen and where there's like 4 and then 8 and then it kind of just expands, and maybe an infographic at the end. So it'd go right there on the right. It'd be just playing there, not necessarily audio, but yeah, it'd be there. And then on the left, you'd have your title and call to action, join or get more information. And then below it would be kind of what CoStarting has to offer, and then little you said blurb, on the right, and then on the left would be like a slider, so you'd be able to kind of like slide through that and then click on which one you'd like to, I guess, look into, cohort or peer group or coffee hour, any of that. And then we already talked about kind of the testimonial, just a couple sliders, and then if you want to see more, it would bring you to like a whole different page, and that you would see, like a wall of love type of thing. And then where's our community, a little infographic of a map, and kind of just a map of all the places that CoStarting is, or people that are associated with CoStarting are, and then frequently asked questions. That self-explanatory. Just we can have a whole separate page for that. But I don't know what maybe you want it on the landing page. Maybe you want a whole separate page for it, depending on how many questions there are, because we're limited to space here, obviously. So we'd have to figure out how many, I guess, frequently asked questions are, and we could probably definitely add it on the footer.
Right.
And yeah, just take you to a whole other page. And yeah, so we talked about navigation or a foot screen. Footnote. That's very like rough kind of idea of what it might look like, but I mean it's pretty basic. Of footnote it's pretty common, but so would you like to do both a navigation and a footnote, or maybe just a footnote and like maybe on the top would be just the logo and maybe a call to action?
No, I think having both is they're filling significantly enough different purposes that I think the top is the main things, right? The main aspects of the business, and the bottom is all of the other stuff, right? Like all of the details, like the policy, I don't know, like this will fill up, or will be a room which can fill up, versus the top cannot, right? The top always needs to be focused. So I'm cool with that, and I don't think we have to overthink the footer. It's it's exactly like that. Maybe we can, on the right or on the left, we can have something, a little bit more graphically involved. I'm not sure, but again, I don't think that's where too much work should go in right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I just remember you saying you'd prefer wall of love and certain stuff to go on the footer, so we wanted to just add that rough sketch of that. Okay,
right,
perfect.
Right.
Yeah, navigation, keep it small, simple, straight to the point. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
So we did talk a little bit about, and this might be, you tell me where this is kind of just probably the step one, right? Like you just said, there's still a long way to go. So we did talk about illustrations. That probably would spruce this up quite a bit more as well already, right? Because of course this is now a good first layout, a little bit high fidelity in there. but it's kind of very static, flat feeling a little bit right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing which I thought about.
We definitely, and we all need to agree on what those illustrations are going to be. And like you said, nothing too playful, but also have that seriousness too.
Yeah, like I said, if you find something which you think would be an okay fit, at least from what you think right now, as a suggestion, and then like we discussed last week, if we have these initial, like these, let's call them version 1 illustrations, right?
Yeah.
Which we find somewhere off the shelf, then we can use that, and then I can take that in the next weeks or month, and have someone actually spend a couple hours on each illustration and make it perfect for the section it is in.
Mm-hmm.
So
you could probably get an intern for that, a graphic designer intern.
Right. Yeah. And I think I mentioned it to you guys, right? That I'm thinking of signing up with Penji, which is that design service on a subscription monthly basis, because between my business and my wife's business, we have enough design work now, I think, for a dedicated, well, it's not more or less dedicated, right? It's like the model is kind of cool because you have unlimited designs, but only one at a time, right? So once it's done, next one. So that's kind of cool. Okay.
Yeah, we'll send some over to you. There's a site that we can send over specifically that's free. I know, and we'll send that over and see if you like those. Okay. I've seen these illustrations used a lot because they're free. So that's, a good and a bad thing. But also, as you're giving your feedback, Sven, just to put this out there, right now, as you're giving your feedback from what we just went through, we can change literally anything as we're going right now. And that's kind of this working as we go flavor today.
Yeah, let's go from the top again real quick. I do have a couple things. I think. You have another one?
Just to show you really quickly too, like the difference between this one, we can also do a full bleed video. And with a full bleed video, you would just need to design the video so that the text is still going to work. You could do like a slight dark gray layer over it to create contrast, but that's an option too. The only difference between these two is that full bleed.
Yeah.
But then having,
which I do like. I certainly like it. Visually, it'll look really cool. But I agree, we need to be a little bit more careful with what the video content is. However, now that we have this community scale kind of, Zoom video in mind, right? I think that could work, and that doesn't need to have audio either. So that's good. And
then you could have a little audio thing here too. It's like that you could easily stop it or play it.
No, I don't think that would have audio. I think what would be another thing, though, is there still should be somewhere that personal hype video for me, right?
Yes.
Or which has me more in it.
Good point, because we also want to talk about the About page. We can put that on the About page with your short bio blurb, or we can put it down here on the landing page too.
No, let's talk about the About page in a minute then. Maybe that's where it will go. But actually, so just seeing it like this next to each other, I actually lean towards the full-size video almost.
Okay.
But then where are the call to actions on that one?
Same thing. We could just kind of pop them in here.
The more info would go to the About page, I'm assuming. Just under, that would work actually. Okay.
I have an example of a full bleed video if you want to see it that Rafael sent.
Sure. Ones you like.
It's a site that he sent.
Yeah, sure.
Let me share that. I'll share that screen. Just so you can get, let's see. Can you see this?
Yep.
Oh, so this is their call to action here. which is cool. I like that interaction, how it changes. And they definitely have some gray layer here, but they also designed their video for this white text to work.
Yeah.
And then you can play audio here. Oh, or
yeah.
not. So yeah, there's that.
I actually really like it. It's nice, clean.
Yeah, it is very clean. And then they kind of do the side by side that you were liking too.
Yeah.
This is actually their whole, yeah, then it keeps going side by side. But then switching with this. Yeah. So.
What is the URL for that?
Oh, it's called fantasy.co. So fantasy.co.
I like the zoom on this as well a lot. Not the zoom, the scroll, how it scrolls. That it scrolls by sections.
Yeah. Yeah. Less cognitive overload.
I like that a lot. That's a good page.
Somebody is yeah, you look quite happy. We're looking at it.
Very intrigued, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, if it comes from your mentor, we wouldn't expect anything less. You wouldn't, you wouldn't suggest anything which isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, having that in mind, now let's look at this again here real quick. So I like the video. I like the full thing. I like with the sound or not. That's actually a good question. Maybe it will have sound. Maybe it won't. It might not have to. What is this actually playing? Oh, but then let's see here. What else do we have? The only thing I'm not sure about on the first one is the 2 calls to action. I know I said we should have both, but it does make it quite a bit more busy.
Okay.
Right, and what we have join and more info. Since we have the upper right is also join, right?
Mm-hmm. Right now it says apply, but same idea.
Right. It might be okay if we just have more info there.
For apply, I think we talked about it, but did you want like a sign up, like they have to sign up to the page, like email address and all that? Aside from like joining a cohort, just like subscribing to like an email list or something?
Mm-hmm. It's a great question.
Yeah. In short, yes, we should have both options, but then the question is, how do we do that from a UX perspective? I think not sure.
You're going to have to be offering that too, and then providing like regular emails.
Well, regular or not, if there's an email list, it's usually people prefer it if it's not so regular, actually.
True.
True. I mean, that is already something which is on the list for sure to do, as like a newsletter, which summarizes kind of all of the happenings in CoStarting, cohorts, peer groups, all of the insights, stuff like that. But I'm almost thinking, so if the upper right says join now or join today or something like that, right? And then maybe in between we have that actually leads to a question or a selection page where we can then have, by the design of that selection page, a hierarchy of what do we want them to join, which the first one, the more prevalent one, would be cohorts, right? Visually speaking. And then also they have peer groups, Slack, but then we have Slack, mailing lists. It's getting too busy already again.
Yeah, that could be the community page. We could do aspects like that.
Right.
Yeah, and still, yeah. Still actually don't quite even know where the CTA is going to. More info. It's going to go to the about page. It's going to go to the cohort page.
No,
you
that would
actually
go
need
to
to
the
be more
about page, I think. Okay, so let me think about this while we move through the rest. Because I actually think what we have on the contact us, at least on the first one you showed today here, that was obviously way too kind of just a contact box, right? So maybe that would be ask a question. Maybe it's there where we could have a split screen or something. It's like join the mailing list or ask a question or something.
Also,
I
you
honestly
wanted it
don't
to be
even
more.
think we need to ask a question even. If we have, and I haven't seen that yet, so the chat bot on the lower right.
Yeah,
that would solve the ask a question. So let's get rid of that entirely, I think.
Okay.
Which frees up more room on the landing page.
This could work as a chat box as well.
No, just the lower right. Just
so
the lower right.
So you want it as like a pop-up?
Yeah, because that's going to be pre-done. I'm not going to build that. It just comes out of the box.
Okay. Do you have a certain
Yes, the same one I mentioned last week. It's
okay.
It's what did I say? Now the name is escaping me. Crisp. Crisp.chat.
Okay.
So with that, then sticking with this quick decisions, crisp. And then instead of ask a question, there we have sign up for our mailing list. And there, like sign up for our mailing list. And as an example would be, or text, something like, summaries of everything that's going on in CoStarting, blah, 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 blah. I'll just put like a blurb in and I'll give you the exact text eventually. That I will always, you're muted, Liz. I always need a little bit of time coming up with the actual text.
Oh, I was on mute just now, but
yeah.
I liked the summary of everything that's happening. It's not a small task there.
It isn't. That's why there is no newsletter yet. Okay, great. So go back up on the right. So we had this here. So again, with the split screen, I would say, because I also like this is kind of more what I had in mind, even with that example, the fantasy.co, like have really very well defined split screen, right?
Yeah.
So from the first one is good, that especially if you have the full bleed. Then the second one, really have it visually somehow cut in the middle. It doesn't have to be as extreme as they have it, with literally white and red. But it could be, maybe, I don't know. And then have so those are the offerings. I would like a slider which is just, it doesn't have a preview for the other two things. I think I would like that better.
Okay.
So that's.
And just so you know, with that too, we're probably going to end up with 2 different versions of this all too. Like we'll have one that's our primary, but we are still probably going to want to play with these different designs.
Okay.
As we go through. So just to be on the same. Oh.
Sorry. There too, what CoStarting has to offer, I think that's good. Because if we do it this way, right, if it's split, if you don't have a preview, it's only cohort is currently in foreground. And then, I don't know, 5 seconds later, it auto rotates. to peer group. It auto rotates to Slack or whatever, what have you. That way, the right is not the focus point, right? It's actually the left in our case here, where, bigger, right? Like, again, every section is very, very distinct, right? So that on the right here is it's again this little blurb, like what are we about, and then on the left you will see all the previews, and then you can get that call to action button also more distinct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, what I am, can you zoom in a little bit more? I think what I'm noticing, yeah, they're I don't remember what I said last time or 2 times ago, maybe even, but I think the buttons non-shaded I like that also.
Yeah, definitely.
I think generally,
yeah,
I think generally this is probably why I like this example of fantasy a lot, because it's very clean, actually. I mean, their brand, I haven't even read a single sentence on this yet, but it's definitely a little bit more less playful probably than what we're going for.
Okay.
But I think that can't come in through the rest. So what I do like is, the outline buttons filling in as you hover. I think it would still work with our orange for sure as well, from a contrast perspective on white and on darker backgrounds like they have. So I think that would be good.
We definitely need to keep the contrast for accessibility.
Yeah.
With whatever we design.
Okay.
And then what do we have next is testimonials.
Wait, real quick. For that, I think that's a bit small, just based off like the fantasy one. No, down a little bit. Next bit, yeah. I think we could have something like, I'm trying to sketch it like real quick.
Nice.
But, it could be.
Also, by the way, sorry to jump in here, but
yeah,
the menu will stay, right? The menu will be frozen.
Yes.
As we go through.
Yes.
Okay.
You want it to be frozen, or you want it to follow?
Yeah. Well, by frozen, I mean it's always there to follow. Yeah.
Okay. But I think instead of, I don't know if you could see.
1 second, I'll maximize you. If I can somehow. Solo. There we go. Try that again.
So having like the whole, so this would be like the blurb thing with the information on the right, but it'd be like big letters, and then on the right, you'd have, you said each one is individual, but like it would take up the whole square.
Yeah, I like it.
Scroll with like a little bit of.
I like it.
Right underneath. I think that would. That'd be nice, clear, big visual.
Yep, I like it, and that's, then we can even play with backgrounds, right? Like maybe the cohort page has a different background than Slack, right? Or maybe the background on the right actually changes or something as we go through, But that's exactly where I was going with this, right? Like have a very clear left and right, and then you don't even have to have the traditional control elements like you have with left and right. I like what you just had there. At least that's what I think you were kind of hinting at, that it's kind of almost like more subtle on the lower side somewhere, right, of the screen. Almost like in a fantasy, the mute button. It's like, that's kind of a secondary thing, right? We don't really want to distract from the actual main content with the navigation elements.
Yeah.
Are you talking about split like this a bit too, with split with colors?
Yeah. Colors, background. And you can even see like on theirs too, sometimes it's like they have pretty sure it's a 50-50 split exactly. Not on every page, right? But almost every page. And then if you go from, what is this? Hang on a second. So if you scroll 1, 2, 3, 4 times, you have white on the left, red on the right. And then you scroll one further, it's still exactly split in the middle. You have something on the left and then a gallery on the right. But the edge of the gallery is exactly following that split screen experience, which I like. Doesn't have to be 50-50, but I like if the feeling continues, you know? And I think a lot of these split screens that's what they're getting wrong. As a matter of fact, what I don't like is between the second and third scroll, I don't like that the line is continuing, like actually continuing.
Can you share your screen and show us?
Sure.
Is that possible?
Yep. One second. Okay, so again, this is the video on the first one, which that's all good. Like the design a lot. This is still good. Split screen, very, very distinct, which is, I think, what we're also going for. For us, most of the time, it probably will be a blurb and then some more content. I'm not sure, at least for most of the screens we talked about so far. Now, this transition from here to here, I'm not in love with because maybe that's me. That might very well be personal. But what I would have done probably here is switched left and right. I would have had the video.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's common, that alternating too.
Right. But the line continues, right? So the line continues, very nice. And then from here to here, that's okay because every now and then you need to break it. That's the other alternative, right? From here, it could have been a full screen again, then another split screen. But that's tough sometimes. And then from here to here, that's what I was talking about, right? You see the line, again, very distinct split screen, some information on the left, gallery on the right, very, very well done.
What didn't you like with that other? Is there something you didn't like around here, you were saying, between these two transitions?
No, these are great. These are fantastic. Yeah. What also, like a tiny little detail, which is super important too, right? Is look at the menu colors. Since they switch on the white background, that is now black. That's nicely done.
Oh, whoa, that's a cool transition.
Yeah. That happens often when you scroll from the header out from the top, but I've rarely seen it actually in mid-page change color.
Yeah. Do you know how to code that?
We'll figure it out, yeah. So here, this is the first time it actually breaks, right? And from our blog. I think that one's kind of off almost a little bit.
Breaks?
Like where I think the transition from this split screen to this full screen works because it's still information only on the left.
Oh.
Another split screen, another split screen. Now it breaks the flow a little bit. But that might have been intentional. I'm not sure. Because now we're getting to the end, right? And it's like, this is okay. This is kind of secondary content. We wanted to just cram more in here, possible. But yeah, I mean, again, just fantastic example. I have to say, I really like it.
Cool. Okay, well, we can definitely use this as a pretty big inspiration.
Yep.
Do you want to, as we're on this topic, take a look at our mood board and see what calls to you from that too? As far as, well, we're you don't have to look too long at it.
Yeah, I think it's good because we're getting to a very actionable kind of feedback now, I think, right?
Yes. We're getting pretty specific here. I guess there's not, this is a little bit of alternating here. without those color blocks.
Yeah, and that's already a little bit better because it still has a very clear line through, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it even more extreme. I do think that's good. And again, even without the color blocks, how they did the gallery, still that line is just super clear, I think.
You like that clean line.
I do.
This on the same site, they also break it up with these full pieces here. This is all the same site.
And again, I think even though, I mean, if this also probably just needs to be tried out and how we feel about it. But that last thing I mentioned, right? Like even though you have a full pager, it's like, I think the second one for them was another background video. It doesn't have to be that you now have content all across. You can still keep that feeling of the split screen, but you have more visuals you want the user to focus on. Versus if you then, I think you felt it, right? Like once you once you scroll to the blog part, it's just like, different, right? Something happened. I'm not in the same flow anymore.
Different can be good too. Otherwise, it can be too stale.
I feel like it signifies the end, like.
Right. That's why I thought that's okay. I think if it's in the middle, I think we don't want disruption just for the sake of being different.
Okay.
But again, right? Like this is certainly fairly nitpicky right now.
That's good to be clear. Okay. What else is split here? This is a bit different. I mean, there's a little split here. We're doing the split screen and then bigger pieces of information. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then can you give us the information of where people are around the world so we can create a little thing?
Sure.
What would you like an icon to be for the people? Like we saw an example of like coffee mugs. Here it looks like different icons on different.
You know what'd be cool if we can? I don't know what that would look like, but if our icon is this bubble, right? Our speech bubble. And inside would be their picture.
Ooh, I like that.
Would they be okay with their picture being?
True.
I'll have to ask.
True.
If they don't, it could just be like either the co or just a generic kind of.
It'd be like a flag for that country or something.
Or that.
That would be cool too.
I think just the logo might be okay. Just having the logo hover there if they don't want to be called out. But most of them right now are like it's all streamed anyway, right? We talked about where they are from in the live streams before, so most of them are. It's already there. It's already out there. And for the ones which don't want that, I think what would be another one is, how many, right? Because we're not going to make it, well, at least not right now. I didn't think interactive. Maybe it's like a number eventually, like 20 in Italy or I don't know, something like that. But I think just starting like this is actually not terrible here, like having a whole world map almost, and then just instead of clustered, have a bigger or a smaller logo there, and just have a couple that shows that we're distributed, and then the text will explain more to that, I think.
Okay.
I can probably actually tell you right now, we have so far, US of course, but in the US, it would be Vermont, Florida, New York City.
Now you have Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Boston.
We have
California.
California, of course.
Mhm.
There's someone in the middle here somewhere too. Well, we had briefly, and that counts. You're still in the community. We had New Mexico. Then we have Germany. We have Austria. We have Italy. We have Serbia. I think that's it. Oh, London. We have London.
Okay.
I think that's it. I'll look again, but I think that's it.
Nice. That's a good start for us.
I think it'd be really cool if like you said, probably not right now, but an interactive world map where like you can zoom in and you can move it around and
Yeah, I think that's a version 2. I agree. It would be awesome, but
yeah.
Totally.
also right now we don't have such power in numbers that it's probably better to have it static actually, because then you zoom and you see, oh, there's one.
No, it's one in every spot. Okay.
So you want statistics and stuff like what we're looking at right here, all on one kind of. Actually, it'd be hard to split it if it's like that. Like, you think we can get one? What do you think, Liz? Get that map right there on just one side. It'd look a lot smaller, but we'll have to play around with it.
Yeah, I think
And it
we need to
doesn't
play
have
with
to
both
be-
designs.
It doesn't have to be the ball, right? It doesn't have to be the actual Earth. I think just having a map, almost like maybe I almost think a stylized map, just kind of like, which of course you can recognize the continents and the countries, and what it could do maybe is if you hover over it, it tells you the country or something. But even that is too far. I think just having them right now in a half screen, and then it would be cool on the left to have statistics such as, how many members, how many hours of, content generated, right? Or like something like that.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna need that info from you, Sven, for our, high fidelity.
Here's an example of like a side by side versus. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Just not too quick though, because we're pretty quick because we're starting to run out of time here. But like this could be some sort of side by side here.
Yeah.
With the map.
Yeah, exactly.
Compared to like something fuller too.
No, I think the side by side will be better again, because otherwise you have this big world with just 4 icons on it.
Okay. Okay, just change the subject a little bit here. Do you want a description of build in public on the landing page?
Not on the landing page. I think that will be probably, we can link actually to some, did I send you that article or that book Kevin wrote? We could link to that, share the love to the other people who are doing good work in that space. I will ask him, but I'm sure he's okay with that. And I think we would link to it, like, we are building in public, and then there would be an asterisk or just a link to build in public itself and learn more of what that is. And that would be from the cohort page, right? Because certainly the building in public is a requirement for the cohorts.
Okay.
As well as probably from the about page. I think like going into that methodology from the about page generally speaking about CoStarting, and then if we go so deep in the about page that it is about building in public, then maybe as well.
And that's gonna be really important to define the methodology more as well. That's super important in creating this clear messaging of what CoStarting is. So I would suggest to provide us with that to put onto the cohort page and the about page as well.
Yeah, so let's talk about the about page for a second. I think that's what you guys need. All right.
Yeah, we just have 15 minutes left, so.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit last week, too.
If you have enough, that's fine. Let me know.
Well, this is what we have. So mission, passion video, a background on you, Sven. We need to know about Sven. We need a picture and know where he was born and what his favorite ice cream is. And then what is the CoStarting community? That's a really general thing to say, but it could be more about the methodology, more of a longer description.
Yeah.
Anything else you think?
Yeah, I think that methodology, that's part of, I think that's that, what is it, right? You just said.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then building in public with that too.
Yeah, I think that will be woven in there. I don't think that has its separate section necessarily.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I can work on that as well. I'm probably not going to get all of that done by tonight, but oh yeah, okay. Community highlight, yeah, okay.
And if you want, if we can end the session today, we can do this Crazy 8 right now. We've a good amount of time. We could do a Crazy 8 for the About page, or we can do a Crazy 8 for the cohort page. We do have some of the elements we already know. We don't know all of it, but we do know a lot of elements we're going to put in the cohort page. So we could do, I think it would be really great to do this Crazy 8 for either page, and then it's a benefit for you long term too.
Yeah, sure. Let's try it.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay.
So I think let's do the cohort page because that's a little bit more. Well, they both need to be done. They're both urgent, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I can try to do one on my own as well for the about page.
Okay. So do you have paper?
Yeah.
Okay. So you fold it into 8 squares.
Yep.
Or I'm even just going to do 4 squares and then do front and back.
Oh, yeah, too late. Yeah, that's true. That's very small, actually.
Or you could do 2 pieces of paper. We can compare them side by side. And then before we start, I think we should just brainstorm a little bit about what we want on it. For example, on the cohort page, we're going to want a CTA about joining the next one. We're going to want requirements. We're going to want when the next cohort is there a moderator, the price, time frame. So there's all these different sections to have. That's going to be a lot of text and like bullet point styles.
Yeah.
But
that is a lot already. Yeah, that's true.
It is a lot.
Yeah, so I agree. I think, so let's try to narrow it down to the most important things, right? So
make a little list that we can
when,
follow.
What, the why is somewhere else probably, I think.
When.
Oh no, the why is actually, so the why is on there too. What I would do in the why, and you asked us that last time, who is this for, right? And actually I want to say, who is this for? Who is this not for?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to be, I want to be very clear about this because
yes.
It just isn't for everyone. And I think by being explicit about if you cannot make 1 hour a week, every single week available to be in these calls, it's not for you.
Mm-hmm. And some people some people are going to be like, great, that's exactly what I want.
Yeah, right.
So.
Exactly. And that's fine, right? If that doesn't work for you, that's cool. No worries.
No hard feelings.
Exactly.
Just don't ever come back to my site again. No, just kidding.
The cost. Yeah, I guess the cost needs to be on there. And requirements. I guess that's the one. Do you think there's anything else missing?
What to think about?
Maybe what to expect, like
What to
Like
expect / curriculum and
Oh,
the
the
framework
curriculum.
again. But that's kind of the what.
Yeah, the framework and the requirements are kind of the same thing, right? They're both in ones, I guess.
Sticking to those higher level topics will be good for us right now. All right, should we do it? And this is just to get ideas out. This is going to be super sloppy, but it's more about even for you, Sven, learning it for future. What do you think, Marwan?
So that's 1 minute each, right? We said
It's
roughly.
don't restrain yourself to like any certain time. Just as much as you can.
So I can guarantee you right now, like my problem is I try to do similar things before. It's like I'm gonna get like 2, 3, and then I'm like, all right, that's it. That's all I have.
But then that's when you just keep pouring it out. And they're all going to be, all of our sketches are going to be really rough. Okay, should we do it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to set a timer on my phone. Actually, I'll set a timer and then can you share my screen, Sven?
Yeah.
And so then we can all see the timer. Let's see. It looks like we're gonna go over a couple minutes. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. Time's up, gentlemen.
And like I said, I got 3.
Yeah, that's great. Three more than none.
And it wasn't even that I ran out of ideas. It's just I had no more time.
It's
I mean, I was
tough.
done 30 seconds. Then I took a picture and put it in Slack.
You took a picture and put it in Slack?
I figured that's easier to share it than trying to hold this up to the camera, you know?
Oh, in our personal Slack?
Yeah, and
Oh, you're a good
I'll share.
multitasker. Oh,
See-
nice.
So my problem is it's always super text heavy. That's when I need to think about it. Like I might get some more visual elements in there, but I mean, you've seen this on the current website, obviously. It's very text heavy.
This looks like your current website, Sven. You just went onto the website and
Like,
this is really good. This is really good.
It looks
What are
like
you-
4 though. Is it, or is it?
It's well, it's 3 because the bottom one is the left side is the right side is a continuation of the left. That would be more of a scroll, I guess. I mean, the other thing is, what would be super cool, and what I tried to, at least in the beginning, I thought, okay, it is a separate page, but if it can have all of the information on one page, which does not need to scroll, I mean, depending on the layout of the device you're watching it from, of course, that'd be cool. But I think it has more information that it might not be possible. But let's see yours.
do you want to start, Marwan?
Do we want to post a picture, or what do we?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
If you upload them to Slack, I can share my screen.
I'm going to need an extra minute. I'm probably going to do that when we get off the phone here because I'm not as quick as you with doing that, Sven. We could share our favorite elements. That's really
you
important.
can just hold it up as well. That's fine.
Okay, let's see how. I only got 6, by the way. I actually didn't finish either, but yeah, it's not gonna be that clear, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a little pixely.
Ooh. Do you have a video in there, Marwan?
Yeah, I have
Nice.
videos. I think. Hold up. I'll be quick. I'll just send a picture.
I like the idea of having a video as
Hey, I have
an
a video.
alternative to.
It's the last cohort video. Like get inspiration.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know. The last cohort, it says on the bottom right is more explanation. I think there needs to be a little bit more fine tuning on this. But I thought what to expect would be perfect to just link to the last experience, you know?
But with another video too, having a video that's like a really quick explanation, you speaking perhaps.
Well, yeah. Oh, wait, let me maximize that.
I'm going to just share my favorite elements. We could continue like doing, which is really hard to do this, but continue doing like a side-by-side with the what is, we could do an illustration, and then the when is.
In the calendar, yeah, okay.
I think definitely having like a really clear messaging of when the next cohort would be and clearly how to join that.
Yeah.
Some side-by-side stuff over here. Definitely want to include those past cohorts though.
Yeah.
Somehow incorporating those. It'd also be going down. Is this right for you? Having some past cohorts on the side. Does my roughness make you feel better, Sven?
This is good. Yeah, no, this is actually it's better to even have less text even in the draft, right? I realize.
Yeah, you can do just like scribbly lines.
Yeah, I have a lot of those, but it's still.
And some boxes.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. The join, yeah. So while I was drafting, this is not really relevant yet. Changed a few, but I almost thought I have that on the lower left. I think. Didn't I have that somewhere else? I thought I had that somewhere else. Yeah, but anyway, when and where, right? And then maybe there is actually multiple times you can join, right? Or multiple locations. So I actually wrote where, and then I wrote remote because, of course, it's remote. But the time zone might make a difference, right?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we'll get us those requirements, and then we'll pop some more specific details. Okay.
Ones real quick.
Sven, there's something I need to ask you before we go.
You want to expand my screen? We'll try that.
I have yours, the picture.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, in Slack? You want to see this more? Oh, there we go, Marwan. Ooh, I like how you have the videos right next to the cohorts
All
too,
right.
right
You see
there.
this?
Yes.
Yeah, so my idea was I don't know why I did about I don't know why I was thinking about the about page at the same time. I was literally thinking about both.
Nice.
But instead of about Sven, it'd be like about
About cohorts,
cohort
yeah.
one. Yeah. Cohorts. And then a video of like snippets of like cohort one. Or like the full video, it's up to you. And then just like Liz was talking about, continuing with the split screen. That was kind of like the main idea, was just doing the split screen, but just how to incorporate the video. On one of them, it's like maybe do all three. You can show all three, like back to back, like one under the other, and then under all of that would be, this is where, and then like a call to action that would follow each page, not each page, but each visual of the video, each video basically. So on the right, it would be like, it would be like a call to action, but it would follow you through it would like be static, I guess. And then that would be the main takeaway. Just
So I think what I like the best from yours so far is I guess kind of the first, but almost I see what you're getting at, and I think the intention here is good. Almost like the top, like the main landing page screen from your first high fidelity you showed today, right? Where that's kind of what that is. However, we turn it. We have the video on the left, description on the right, so that if we go from landing page right to cohort, we have that flip kind of feeling, at least, that it's clear, oh, we're on something else. Although on the landing page, we're probably going to have a full screen anyway, video. And then I like this with maybe just a section below of the 4 quadrants here, right? Like the what, why, when, where kind of thing or something.
Yeah.
Which would have hopefully all of the information in those boxes, and the same information would be in the video, right? And now I agree with you guys.
oh,
Uh-oh.
his laptop might have died.
I loved your sketches, Marwan.
They were very rough. No,
I really like your ideas.
yours. Yours
I
was very
like yours.
You had all 8. Like you were quick with it.
Because some of them are crap.
I just totally
Yeah.
kicked myself out here. Clicked on the X.
Oh, okay. I thought your laptop died or something.
Yeah, no. So I think I like it, actually. If we just continue more or less reusing the design we had.
Consistency.
Yeah, and then we have already the cohort. We have the peer group page, which will be the same thing. And let's have this video. I'm putting a lot on my shoulders again, of course, where there needs to be explainer videos of me just talking about it. What is it? You know? And all of the information I'm talking about will be also redundant in text on the page.
And you could make them quick, Sven. You could make one just you talking very low key like this. People have like a solid background and you have a script.
Yeah. Okay. So I like that. Does that, now it's a little bit jumbled with my thoughts there, but does that make sense? Do you guys see where I was going with it?
This is just a rough idea, but maybe in your video it'd be maybe the first clip is you talking, and then it transitions into you in the background talking, but like it could be like
clips out of the others. Yeah.
That'd be an idea, but
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I like that. And then if we just play a little bit with those designs, that the about page and the peer group and the cohort are not exactly the same, but more or less feel the same and have the same flow from a visual perspective and all of that, I think that's good.
It's very important.
Yeah.
For them to have the same feel.
Cool. Awesome. That works.
Yay!
Fantastic.
I have just some housekeeping stuff, Sven. I'm wondering if Marwan and I talked a bit about it, but I am wondering if next Monday's Memorial Day, and I'm wondering if we can possibly meet on Tuesday instead.
Probably. Let me check.
Okay.
That would be the 31st, right?
Yes. Oh, no, Monday is the 31st. It would actually be July 1st.
We can, but it would either have to be earlier or later because I have between 11:30 and 2:30 I'm blocked.
11:30 and 2:30.
Eastern, of course. So we could do, I don't know, 3 or even 4 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday.
3. Okay. How does 3 p.m. sound for you, Marwan?
Yeah, 3 works for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sven. I know this is really late notice.
Yeah, no worries.
So thank you so much. Yay. Okay. Gonna have fun on Memorial Day now.
There's still no fun to be had.
Sven. Life and balance.
Relaxing is fine, but no fun. No, this is good. Yeah, see, I don't like. Thanks for telling me this because I don't notice these things. I just live by whatever is on my calendar. If there's a holiday or a Sunday or I don't know.
You live day by day, minute by minute.
I honestly almost do, yeah. But it's also nice, right? Because that also means if sometimes I just don't want to do anything and I don't have anything on my calendar, I just don't do anything. That's also okay.
Yes, it's good to not do anything.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool,
Be
awesome.
spontaneous and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a little harder if you live by a Awesome. Well, this is great. I love it. It's really going in the right direction, I think. I can't wait to see the next iteration. And if you have anything else, I know I need to get you guys a lot of stuff still, but as you work on the things where you don't have the elements yet, of certainly the text you can work around, just use lorem ipsum, as we all do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're blocked somewhere, let me know for sure. Just ping me in Slack. But otherwise, I'll try to get it to you as fast as I can.
And I'm also still going to give you that unmoderated test info, just so you know. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'll make my delivery contingent on yours. How about that?
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Okay, cool. Awesome. It's good seeing you guys. Thanks for the hard work, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday. No, wait, Thursday.
What?
Thursday.
Yeah, but we're giving you we're giving you the High Fidelities Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you
soon.
Bye.
Bye.